The same problems just keep happening every single week. Maybe, for example, you work in a restaurant and orders keep getting mixed up, or the staff are doing things differently depending on who is on shift, or you are the manager and you are spending 3 hours on Sunday where you should be resting, trying to figure out what the Monday roster is and what it should look like. Okay, how many of us can relate to what I've said so far? You are seeing that the same prevalent issues are happening every single week in your business or in the one that you work for, but changes are not happening. You are not progressing. Okay, things keep happening the same way that they've been in the past, and there's no development, there's no progression, there's no advancement. How many of us can relate with that? Whether it is your business or it is another business that you work for. Okay, thank you very much for that thumbs up. Okay, so I've seen someone or two persons give their reaction. Okay, right there, that's right there. The feeling of being trapped in a repetition, doing the same thing time and time and time, every single day, every single week, every single year, without improvement. That's exactly what we are looking at today. Okay, that's exactly what we are looking at today. All right. But before we go ahead into today's session, I'll just give a very succinct introduction about Tenalytics business. Okay. We are a leading e-learning platform designed to help organizations across the world to empower their teams with a wide array of professional development options across AI, data, HR, and software development. With access to top quality courses across diverse disciplines, we help to address the continuous learning and development needs essential in today's fast-paced business environment. We can all agree that the digital landscape today is fast-paced. Yesterday, we saw data analytics, business analysis, project management, data science, and today, AI. That's become a buzzword. Everybody needs to progress. Everybody needs to evolve, unless you become irrelevant. That's just the truth about the digital landscape. It's the truth about the world that we live in. You need to progress, unless you become what? Redundant. Those that do not know how to use AI will get replaced by those that know how to use AI. So we looked at digital landscape and we saw that there is a concern, there is a need that should be addressed currently, which is that there is a gap in skill set for many Nigerians, many Africans. And organizations now are gravitating and tilting towards the usage of AI. And as a result of that, we have come in to close that gap. So whatever discipline it is that you fall under, there is an AI skill, it's a skill set that you can learn for you to become credible, for you to become competent, and for you to become a subject matter expert. And this is where 10EB comes into play. All right. Now, to the next slide about me. So my name is Adeoye Oluwabotemi. I am a business analyst, but I'm also a project manager and a product manager. So I sit in the intersection of business problems and data-driven solutions. Okay, so I help businesses and organizations to gather requirements, translate ambiguity into clarity, which we'll be doing today, structure chaos into processes, and turn insights into decisions that move the needle. And my experiences cut across diverse range of financial services, operation, digital products, where I've worked on optimizing processes, improving systems, and enabling smarter decision making. Okay, so once again, everyone, welcome to Tenalytics business. Okay, welcome to Tenalytics business. So this night, okay, in the next 45 minutes, we'll be looking at how we can build a process map. I'll show you how AI can help you optimize a business process in minutes. Okay, how AI can help you optimize a business process in minutes. So this is what we're looking to achieve, guys. Okay, let me show it to us very quickly. This is what we're looking to achieve, guys. All right, this is what we are looking to achieve. This is a business process that AI helped us automate, that it helped us to reduce the wait time, it helped us to increase our revenue, helped us to increase our productivity, and as a result of that, the business is currently thriving. Okay, the business is currently thriving, and this is what we'll be looking to replicate this particular evening. So this is just a snapshot of what we're expected to deliver this particular evening. Okay, so who is excited, guys? Who is excited? Who is excited? Who is excited? Who is excited? Great. So let's talk about process modeling. Okay, let's talk about process modeling. Let's talk about process modeling. Process modeling is simple and straightforward. Process modeling is simple and straightforward. Every business has a process. I'm sure that we are all aware that organizations operate based on their SOPs, standard of procedures. Each department has an SOP. Each business has an SOP, whether formally or informally. Now, imagine I want to tell us about what happens in Chicken Republic or in KFC or in your favorite restaurant. I want to tell you everything that happens end to end. Okay? Now, I say that, let me pick somebody on this particular call. Let me pick somebody here. Okay? I said that, Ezekiel, what happens in Chicken Republic? In Chicken Republic, you walk into the restaurant, you go to the counter, you review the menu, you wait on long queues because so many people are there before you. Then in after 15 minutes or 20 minutes, finally gets to your turn, you meet the attendant, pay the attendant what you want, takes the attendant about another 20 minutes to prepare your food. Then after 20 minutes, brings back the food to you, you collect, you go to your seat, you eat, you leave you pay, you leave the restaurant. Okay? Even if I am the most articulate person in the world, okay, even if I am the most articulate person in the world, there is a tendency that you might miss out on one particular step in that particular business process. Do you agree with me or not? Even if I'm the most articulate person in the world, it's a tendency that you guys might miss one particular thing that I've said in that business process that I just mentioned. Okay? And as a result of that, when I bring a diagram such as this, you can see everything happening step by step, word for word, and you do not get to omit any single step in the business process. Guys, that's the idea behind process mapping. So process mapping is one of the most important skills, if not the most important skills, to help a business transform and meet its goals and objectives. Okay, without process mapping, we cannot identify the inefficiencies, the inadequacies, the problems, the potential opportunities that a business can explore. Okay, without process mapping, we cannot understand what the inefficiencies of a business process is, what are the inadequacies, what are the problems, what are the expectations, what are the crises in the business. Okay, and that's why we bring in process mapping so that we can understand a business flow step by step. Okay, we can understand how much time is lost to repetition, how much time is lost to errors and inconsistency, and when growth hits the wall. Okay, businesses face this struggle every single day. See people doing the same thing over and over again, and they are not prospering. Okay, they are not prospering. Or you see people carrying out the same errors and having the same inconsistencies in their business process. And as a result of that, their revenue has hit a pass. They are not going forward. They are just remaining in the same cycle. Now, we as BAs will be called into the picture to help them rectify all of the problems that they are currently experiencing. And we are going to see it here firsthand this evening. All right, now, let's look at this case study. Okay, let's look at this case study. This is a very simple case study that we can all resonate to. Okay, this is a very simple case study that we can all resonate to. So this is a casual Nigerian restaurant in Lekki, Lagos. Okay, they have 12 tables, they have 9 staff. They are busy, but everything is chaotic. Okay, they are busy, but everything is chaotic. The current problem here is that for orders, waiters take orders verbally and they write them on papers. Okay. And as a result of that, the ticketers need a physical paper for them to review what has been ordered. And 3 to 4 orders go wrong per shift. When it comes to stock management, every morning, for example, Emeka will personally walk to the store, will look at what is there, then we'll have to WhatsApp the supplier to estimate what he needs for the restaurant. When it comes to stocking, he had no idea about the sales data to guide him. He over-ordered or maybe on slow weeks and he ran out of key ingredients in busy times. When it came to scheduling, the rosters were created on the WhatsApp group, okay? And it leads to chaos every Sunday because nobody really knows what their roster is, and there is this level of elusiveness in their scheduling. And finally, when it came to reporting, at the end of each week, Emeka will sit down with 3 different sources of financial reporting, one from the cashier, one from the manual spreadsheet, and one from WhatsApp. Guys, can you see that there is so much discrepancy in this particular business process? So how can we rectify this? How can we rectify this? When there is a business problem, what do? The single thing we do as BAs is that we map out the as is, the current state of the business. Without mapping out the current state of the business, you cannot get an idea as to what solution you should recommend for the business. Guys, are we together? Are we understanding? Are we together, guys? Are we getting it? Okay. If you do not understand the current state of a business, you cannot recommend a solution for them. So this problem at the moment is what we are going to map out as the business process. Okay, we'll go to one of our AI tools, we'll map out the current state, and we'll also map out the future state where everything is perfect, where we can save time when customers don't have to wait for 20 minutes to get their order, where we can have a financial reporting that is synchronized amongst multiple staff in the organization, where we can reduce customer complaints, where our staff scheduling is very much coherent, that nobody is fighting the other person on Sunday. That's the idea behind process mapping. And guys, in every single industry, in every single field, you need to map the business process. So whether you're a doctor, whether you're a teacher, whether you're an accountant, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whether you're an entrepreneur, whatever it is that you do, process mapping is the most important skill set that you can possess. Because with process mapping, there is no business problem you cannot circumvent. There is no business problem that you cannot transform around. And we are going straight into the case study. So now, this particular restaurant, they've provided us with the way things are at the moment. Okay? This is the sequence at the moment. The customer places verbal order. The waiter writes order on manual paper tickets. The waiter walks into the kitchen. The kitchen reads tickets. Sometimes they even misread it. The kitchen staff shouts back if item is out of stock. The manager checks stock manually. Okay, this year is a recipe for disaster because now the kitchen staff has to shout back at the attendants that, oh, this particular item is out of stock. The manager now has to go manually to check stock each morning. The manager WhatsApp suppliers with guest quantities. The kitchen prepares the plates and food. The waiter delivers to the table, sometimes even to the wrong table. The customer complains if order goes wrong. Okay, now we will just copy this particular sequence here. Okay, this is the current state here. We'll copy this particular sequence here. The idea is that we are trying to replicate what we've done before, which is this particular process. Okay, we are trying to replicate this particular thing that we've done before, which is the process that, I think this is it, which process that I have here. Yes, this is it. Okay, yeah, the customer enters the restaurant. The customer waits to be seated. The waiter seats the customer and gives menu. Then the customer reviews the menu. The customer calls the waiter. The waiter writes order on paper, then takes the order to the kitchen. Okay, then what happens next? The kitchen prepares the food, then serves the customer the food. And what happens next? The customer collects food and leaves the restaurant. Okay, this is the entire process that we are trying to rework again today. So I'll come to my Lucidchart AI, also one of the tools that we use to map out a business process. Okay, so I'll come to the description point here, and I'll tell the AI that I want to map a particular as-is process. As-is means current state, the way things are at the moment. Okay, I want it to map the as-is state for this particular restaurant so that I can have a clear understanding as to where I can make improvements, where are the inefficiencies, where are the inadequacies, and where can I even explore potential opportunities for this particular business. So where it says describe what you want here, where it says describe what you want here, I'm going to just paste that particular prompt. Okay, I'm going to create this particular prompt. So it's a swim lane process flow diagram with 4 lanes. You have the customer, you have the waiter, you have the kitchen, and you have the manager. So now I'm going to tell it to understand this particular sequence. Okay, then I would give it a particular caveat because this is the best industry standard. I'll tell it to use what? Use BPMN 2.0. Okay, use BPMN 2.0 symbols. Now I'll tell it to run the prompt. Okay, so let's allow it to run the prompt for us. Okay, and this is where AI really stands out. This is where AI really stands out. Ideally, I would have been mapping this process myself manually, step by step, but that would take me so much time. That would probably take me about 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. But with the help of AI now, this will be done in less than 5 minutes. Okay, and in a case whereby it doesn't give me what I truly want, I can easily make modifications when necessary. So this is the importance of AI. And like I said earlier, in any field you find yourself, so even if you're a doctor, maybe the way you manage your patients is manually, or maybe the way the hospital that you work in manage patients is manual. You guys still have physical files, hard copy files of patients' records. So when the patient walks into the hospital, when they go to check for their vitals, there is a physical card that they are taking everywhere in order for them to be attended to. It becomes redundant, okay? And as a result of that, it takes so much time. Okay, it takes so much time. Okay, sorry guys. My screen was okay. I see it now. Okay, I see it. Sorry, my screen isn't moving. So let me just stop sharing and share again. Okay, let me stop sharing and share again. Okay, sorry guys. Thank you for that feedback. So I'm supposed to share the entire screen. Okay, I'm supposed to share the entire screen. Very sorry about that. Very sorry about that. I was only sharing a particular window. I'm supposed to share my full screen. Okay, so this is what I just did now. All right, so it's very simple. So I went here. Okay, I went here to my prompt to understand the way things are at the moment, the way things are done currently at this particular restaurant. I have it as a document here. And from my document here, I was able to copy all of the prompts in this particular document. And as a result of that, I took it to my AI tool in Draw.io. Okay, I took it to my AI tool here in Draw.io. If you look at this particular process here, I just told the AI to create a swim lane process flow with 4 lanes. you have the customer, you have the waiter, you have the kitchen, you have the manager. Okay, now I showed it the sequence in which things happen in the restaurant. So this is the first thing that happens here. Customer places verbal order. The waiter writes order on paper ticket. The waiter walks tickets to kitchen. The kitchen reads tickets and sometimes they misread it. The kitchen shouts back if item is out of stock. The manager checks stock manually each morning. The manager WhatsApp suppliers with guest quantities. The kitchen prepares and plates food. The waiter delivers to table, sometimes even the wrong order. The customer complains if order is wrong. So what I've simply done here now is that I've taught the AI here to help me map all of this as a business process. Now, even as the most articulate person in the world, if I read all of these steps to you, there is a tendency that you might forget something. But now that we have a visual representation, a diagram that can show you every single thing that is happening in this particular business process, now you can identify areas where there is inefficiency. Now, let's evaluate this diagram together, everybody. Okay, let's look at my screen very quickly. See now, the customer. Okay, this is the customer. Everything that the customer does happens in the customer's lane. Everything that the waiter does happens in the waiter's lane. Everything that the kitchen staff does happens in the kitchen lane. Everything that the manager does happens in the manager's lane. Now, the customer enters the restaurant. This is it here at the beginning. The customer places a verbal order. Oh, for example, I want chicken and chips. I want salad. I want rice. I want small chops. The customer verbally places an order. Now, the waiter writes order on paper tickets. The waiter writes order on paper tickets. Okay. Then he now walks tickets to kitchen. Okay. He now walks the tickets to the kitchen. He goes to the kitchen to tell them about the ticket. Then what happens next? Let's look at the process. Let's look at it now. So we're following it chronologically. Okay, we're following it chronologically. What happens next? This is the message here. Okay. When he walks the ticket to the kitchen, then the kitchen reads the ticket. Okay. The kitchen reads the ticket. Then is the item available? What's the particular customer ordered? Is it available? If no, you shout back, okay, if the item is out of stock. So you shout back and tell who? You tell the waiter at the moment that is not available. That's if it is not available, okay? So then what happens if it is available? Okay, what happens if it is available? What happens if it is available? Okay, if no, you do what? You shout back. If yes, this is it here. If yes, you prepare the food. Okay, you prepare the food. Then what happens next? You deliver it to the table of the customer. Okay, the waiter does what? Delivers the table of the customer. Then, was the order wrong? This is it here, guys. We're following every single thing of this particular prompt here. Was the order wrong? If yes, complain. Okay, if order is wrong. If no, the customer enjoys the food. Okay, then this annotation is just used for extra information. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. It's just used as additional information. Now we can see that AI here has helped us to analyze this business process as it is currently. Okay, AI has helped us to do what? Analyze this business process as it is currently. Now we can see where the inefficiencies are in the business process. Okay, we can see where the inefficiencies are in this particular business process. Okay, now let's look at where we can be in the nearest future. Okay, let's look at where we can be in the nearest future. which will lead me back to this particular document that I've created earlier. Okay, where can we be in the nearest future? Where do we want to be? Where do we see ourselves? Where do we envision ourselves being as an organization in the nearest future? Okay, so just a moment, let this load very quickly. So we'll see the desired state where we can be in the nearest future. Okay, great. Now, in the future, what do we want to do? We don't want to have a manual process anymore. Okay, we want customers to be able to tap a tablet and order their food, like it is in those fancy restaurants. We want a POS system that captures orders automatically. We want a POS that checks stock availability in real time. We don't want any customer or any manager to walk into our inventory to go and check what is in stock. We want orders to appear instantly on kitchen display screens. We want the chef to confirm order in one single tap. We want the timer to start automatically. We want an AI dashboard that monitors stock levels continuously. We want a low stock alert sent automatically to the manager. We want that the food is prepared and ready, all right, that we send it to the waiter. We want the waiter to deliver correctly to the customers. We want payment to be processed automatically, no more manual payment anymore. And finally, we want an AI dashboard that generates daily sales and waste reports. So now the business has seen that their current way of doing things is making them not make profit. It's making them redundant. It's making their competitors pass them when it comes to product offering. And now they've seen that they need to do things better. This is where they envision themselves to be in the future. So this is what they want to have as their future state. Now, we'll also do the same thing that we did earlier. We'll copy this, okay? We'll copy this, and we would execute the prompt for the to be. This is called the to be. The to be is also known as the future state, okay? Also known as the future state. So I'll come back to my other browser here. Then in this particular page here, I'm going to run the to be, which is the future state, where we want to be in the nearest future. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing as I did earlier on, where I generated the as is, and I'll tell it to also generate the to be for me. So this way, the business stakeholders can have an idea of where we want to be in the nearest future. And it would also help the developers that are working on the application to build the right things. So that way, everybody is in alignment as to what is changing in the business process. Okay, so I would open the Lucid AI again. And like I did before, I will paste this particular prompt here that I copied. Okay, create a streamlined process flow diagram with 4 lanes: customer, POS system, kitchen, and AI dashboard. All right, and I'll tell you that I should use BPMN symbols. Use BPMN symbols because this is the standard that is accepted globally for process mapping. So I would execute my prompt again, and I will allow the AI to figure it out like it did for the current state. So when you have the results for the current state and you compare it to the future state, then you can understand what are those things that needs to change in the business process. So I'm not just saying this from the perspective of somebody that you work for. Even you as a business person, even in your personal life, where are you currently and where do you see yourself being in the nearest future? The nearest future can be this evening, it can be tomorrow, it can be next week, it can be next year. Where do you want to see yourself in the nearest future? Okay, so by understanding your current state, understanding your current reality as a person, as a business, you can easily map out where you should be in the future. And this is what process modeling does for businesses. It helps you with that exponential improvement. It helps even in your personal life. It helps you improve. It helps you to transform and transcend beyond your current realities. And this is why process mapping, like I always say, is the most important tech skills that you can have. Okay, but I understand that this particular night is a short session, so I cannot tell you guys the intricacies of what all of these symbols mean. But that's something that when you come into 10AB, you can learn. Okay, that's something that you can learn when you come into 10AB, because this is just a 1 hour session. I can't show you guys all of the intricacies that would go into generating this, but it's something that is part of our curriculum that you can learn. Okay, and guys, see, all of a sudden, AI has generated the future state of this restaurant for me. So now I can go to the business leaders, I can go to the owner of the restaurant and tell them that, oh, this is where you can improve. Okay, they've consulted our services as business analysts, as project managers, as people that are AI personnel, and now we've helped them analyze their current business state with AI, and we've also helped them to analyze where they can be in the future with AI. And this are skill set that people get paid thousands of dollars for, and we are doing it with AI seamlessly. So now let's expand and look into what we've done so far. Okay, now the future state is that what happens here, you tap order on tablet. Okay, compare it to what happened before, guys. Before it was what? Place verbal order. I'm talking with my mouth. Now in the future, what is happening? In the future, what is happening instead? In the nearest future, would have what? Customers order on tablets. That's what's happening in the future. They are ordering on what? On tablets. Then what's happening next? Okay, the POS system would capture their order automatically. So from manual ordering to automated ordering. Have you seen the difference between the current state and the desired state now? From manual ordering to what? Automated ordering. Now, they can check stock availability in real time. Okay, no more manager going to check what is available in stock. So are we low on stock? If we are low on stock, if yes, we send low stock alerts to the manager. Okay, if no, you continue to the kitchen. Then what happens next? The order appears on the kitchen display system. Nobody is shouting to the kitchen assistants that give me rice and chicken. Okay, in Chicken Republic, they say something, I think they call it nice. It says something like nice. Nobody is shouting nice here anymore. Okay, the kitchen appears on a display and the kitchen staff can easily see it. Okay, the chef confirms the order with one single tap on the tablet. The timer starts automatically, the food is prepared, then when it is ready, an alert is sent to the waiter. The waiter delivers correct order to customer, payment is processed automatically. Then what happens next? Over here, a dashboard, AI dashboard. Okay, it generates daily sales and waste reports, and finally, the process ends. So guys, we have finally turned the business around from a manual way of doing things to an automated way of doing things. And like I said earlier, people get paid millions of naira and of dollars for this simple thing that we've just done. Okay, so guys, what do we think about the process? What do we think about the process that we've just seen so far? Okay, what do we think about the business process that we've just transformed so far? Okay, give me your response in the chat box. What do we think about the business process that we've just transformed so far in less than 30 minutes? Okay, we've transformed a business process around. We've taken them from their current way of doing things to an automated way of doing things. And as a result of that, we've been paid our money. So all of these issues here have been rectified. All of the issues here, they've been what? They've been rectified. And now we are good to go. Okay, so this is what process mapping does for us as business people. So whether you're in finance, whether you're a doctor, whether you're an accountant, you can change your process around. Okay, instead of you staying in that loop of stagnation, you can get better and improve your processes. Okay, so now look at what happened before AI. Before AI, there was manual order tracking. The chef guesses stock daily. The staff WhatsApp chaos for scheduling. Customer complaint handled late. No data on peak hours or top sellers. After AI, now AI auto routes orders to kitchen display. The predictive stock alerts based on sales trend. AI scheduler auto assign shifts. Chatbot handles tier one complete instantly. Real-time dashboards during peak hours, revenue and waste. So this business we've just transformed in the last 30 minutes. Can see what happened before AI and what has happened after AI. Okay, now some of the three mistakes that kills our AI results. Okay, some of the key mistakes that kill our AI results is that number one, we are automating a broken process. Okay, we are automating a broken process. And what do I mean by that? This restaurant, Chop and Chai, the team tried fixing their order system before fixing the menu structure. The team wanted to fix the most important thing, but they failed to understand that there was something that they were not fixing first. Okay, they tried to automate their order system, which is very important, which is even like the most important thing in a restaurant, but they failed to fix their menu structure first. And what does that lead to? It leads to chaos because you would automate chaos. And when you automate chaos, you are even going to be worse than where you were before. You are going to retrogress. So what do we do first? We fix the process first. And how do you fix the process first? You need to map the process the way it is at the moment. You need to map the business process the way it is at the moment. Then when you do that, you can now easily make the necessary changes that can transform the business. Another mistake that most people make with AI is that they are using AI without a data foundation. AI is like your friend. When you are talking to your friend, you need context. Okay? When you are giving your friend a gist about what happened at work, the way we are always so detailed in that conversation is the same way you should be detailed when you are giving AI an input. So AI tools need clean, consistent data to deliver insights. Restaurants that feed messy sales record into AI, businesses that feed messy records into AI will get unreliable results, unreliable forecasts, and they will waste their budget. And the last thing that people do when it comes to making AI mistakes is that they go to the tool first instead of the problem first. Before I went to the Lucidchat AI, I first looked at the business case study, the business problem. Instead of you picking that shiny AI tool, okay, you need to first understand what the business problem is. Then by starting with that, we can now easily choose the right tool to solve the problem. All right. So in 2026, expertise isn't what you know, it is what you ship. Okay. Before 2023, all of these things that we are doing, we would have done them manually, and it would have been tedious. It would have taken so much time, so much effort for us to map a current business process and map out where the business wants to be in the future. When I say map out, I mean draw out where the business wants to be in the future. But process mapping is not just about putting symbols together. It is identifying places for improvement in the business process. It's identifying where you can carry out some execution that initially did not exist. So in 2026 now, we have AI tools that can help us to navigate all of those stress that we had in the past. Okay? And now things are done differently. So whether you're a teacher, you're a banker, you're a receptionist, you're a finance officer, you're an engineer, you're a warehouse person, you're a clerk, you're a lecturer, you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, you're a trader, whatever field you find yourself in, there is an AI tool that resonates to what you are doing. And you have to pick it up as soon as possible, guys. This is not a conversation for tomorrow. This is a conversation for today, for now. Okay? If I was not able to use AI at the moment, okay, I'll probably be unemployed. But the reason why I'm employed today is because I can use AI tool that resonates with my particular industry. And guys, many people are now losing their jobs to people that can use AI. So my question now goes to each and every one of us here is that what are we waiting for? You just saw the case study that I did now on Lucidchat AI. Imagine that I could not use Lucidchat AI. I would have not been able to generate that business process for the restaurant. Okay, I would not have been able to map their current state and their future state, which is very, very important in them making that transition, in them increasing their revenue, in them saving costs, and even adding more customers to their business. So here at Analytics Business, we have AI for social media and video creation. We have AI for automation engineering. We have AI for software development. We have AI for BA, business analysis and project management, which is what we just touched on this evening. We have AI for data analysis, and we have AI for HR analysis. So whichever one resonates with you, you are absolutely covered. Okay? And one of the things we do here is that our courses, they are everything that you are not seeing on the screen at the moment. So for example, we have recorded videos, we have instructor access, we have mentorship, we have career support, we have generic PDF certificates, we have explicit PDF certificates, and you are not on your own after. So everything that is currently not here at the moment is what we do. Okay, we do not end it as most courses do, whereby they tell you that, oh, congratulations, here's a certificate, and they call it a day. Okay, but what you actually get here is 8 weeks of live training. 8 weeks of live training. So you have your training like we did, which is practical, real world case study, nothing theoretical about it. Even if it's theoretical, it's just for the beginning part, just for the formal part, so that you can understand the course concept. But it's strictly practical, and it is instructor-led, and it is live. So you're having a live training every Saturday and Sunday for just 3 hours. Then you have weekly mentorship, because in making that change into tech, you can not only have technical expertise, you also need to have employability skills. So we have weekly mentorship for our students. Then we have LinkedIn optimization. LinkedIn here is your social currency. LinkedIn is where you get the visibility that you attract those recruiters and clients that will employ you for your services. We have Upwork profile setup. This is where you can sell your work. And like I said, people are making millions for this skill set. I know how much I've made with the usage of AI for businesses, okay, to map out their processes and make those changes for them without me even doing anything significant. Okay, we also have with interview preparation. So maybe during the course of your course, you get an interview, we'll prepare you so that you can ace that interview. So we'll give you all of the materials you need, all of the support that you need. We'll also help you with your CV review and revamp. Okay, we'll help you professionally rewrite your CV so that you can get those interviews that you need. We'll also help you with job reference letter, then on the job support. So even after you are done with your course and you've gotten a job, we'll help you with on the job support. So you can easily reach out to us and we'll still help you with it. Then every Tuesday we have a support session. So when you have your classes during the weekend and there's something you're not clear on, you come into the session, the facilitator listens to your complaint, listens to everything you don't understand, and it becomes a recourse to you. Facilitator helps you out, and you also relate with your colleagues as well, so that everybody can understand what the issue is and we can squash it together. That's what we do during the support session on Tuesday. Then we have the alumni community. Then finally, we have the ACTD accreditation. Okay, I want us to pay key attention to this ACTD accreditation. Okay, I want you to pay what? Key attention to this. Okay, I want you to pay key attention to this. So the ACTD here means what? Accredited by the American Council of Training and Development. Okay, accredited by what? The American Council of Training and Development. This is it here. So guys, whatever certificate you get from us is valid anywhere in the world. Okay, it is valid anywhere in the world. So when you get the analytics business certificate, if you take it to America, it is valuable. If you take it to the UK, it is valuable. Here in Nigeria, it is valuable. If you go to the end of the world in Australia, it is valuable. It is useful. So it is recognized all over the world. So you can check this yourself if you think you want to verify. Okay, you can check this yourself. So accredited by what? The American Council of Training and Development. So this is no bamboozling. Okay, so we are internationally recognized. So you can take our certificates anywhere in the world and you would be listened to, you'll be valued. Okay, now let's look at what some of our students they did in securing roles abroad and here in Nigeria. This is Pavel. Pavel was a teacher back in Cameroon before moving to the US, and he joined our data analytics program and landed a job as a healthcare data analyst in the US. So Pavel used the framework of learn, package, apply, and Pavel got the job. So Pavel completed analytics program. But what did Pavel do to get the job? He tailored the CV to a data analyst CV. He joined all of our mentorship sessions. Pavel got prepped for multiple interviews. He got multiple job offers. All right. And what did Pavel do? He applied. He applied to multiple jobs and focused on building a strong portfolio. He tailored every application to meet the job description. And in March 2025, he landed a healthcare data analyst role in the US with Arizona Community. Physicians in Tucson, Arizona, United States, he got the job less than 3 months after completing the program. Now, let's look at Bukola. Bukola also needed real-world experience and interview prep. So Bukola had no background whatsoever in technology. She was a newbie, just like so many of us on this call. She had no experience whatsoever. But she joined our business analysis program and she secured a job as a business analyst and another as a data analyst. Bukola followed the same framework. She learned, she packaged herself, and she applied. And as a result of that, she got the job. So Bukola joined the Analytics Business Analysis program in July 2024. She tailored her CV to fit the job description, the job role of a business analyst. She joined all of the mentorship sessions. She got prepped for multiple interviews, which led to her first job in the first month of joining, and she built a portfolio. She applied to multiple jobs consistently. She tailored every application. She knew where to apply and how to apply. And finally, she got the job as a business data analyst with a company in the US. Okay, now this is Ene that landed a job as a data scientist with a company in Germany working remotely from the UK. And you can see that this is a success story here. You can look at this particular WhatsApp chat. Okay, she completed her data science internship with us in December 2024, and she landed a job in April 2025. She secured multiple interviews. We prepared her for interviews, and she landed a job as a data scientist in April 2025. So all of these people you are seeing here, they all had no background before in technology. They had no experience whatsoever. All they had was a dream, all they had was a goal, all they had was an inclination to change the way things were for them at the moment. And today, at this particular moment, they've done that. So my question goes to each and every one of us here. Okay, are we going to let another opportunity slip this time? Okay, are we going to let this one slip this time? It's an opportunity for you to change your current situation. Okay, using what we just did as a case study, you can see that the business had a current state, but they were not satisfied with their current state. They needed to move to another state where things were better, where they had more revenue, where they had more customers, where things were seamless. So are you going to take that into consideration yourself and move from where you currently are to where you need to be in the future? So I want each of us to be inclined. I want us to look at that thought-provoking question I just asked us now. Okay, will you let this one slip this time? Now, our next cohort, okay, our next cohort starts on the 9th of May 2026. Today is currently what? Today is currently what? 1st of May. So in 8 days' time, a new cohort begins. In 8 days' time, a new cohort begins. Okay? And if you look at what we have to offer, okay, look at what we have to offer, every single thing on my screen here, this is the real value you'll be getting. Okay, this is the real value that you'll be getting. This is the real value that you'll be getting. For every single thing I've mentioned so far today, this is the real value that you'll be getting. But instead of that, okay, instead of that, we've now made it very easy for you that you can now pay 150,000 naira instead of what? Instead of 250,000 naira. Okay, and this is the original value for what you get, but this is what you can pay at the moment in 3 installments. Okay, so if you probably say that, oh, at this particular moment I don't have the full money, okay, and I want to change my story, I want to become an AI expert in the next 2 months, I want to earn more, I want to work remotely, because all of us now work remotely because we know how to use AI. All of us here at 10AB, we work remotely because we use AI. We've experienced this firsthand. We understand how useful it is, and we know how much we've made from AI. Okay? And as a result of that, we want to share the same thing with the world. So we want you to also elevate your position financially. We want you to earn more so that you can beat the inflationary pressure here in Nigeria. We all know that inflation is high, cost of living is high, but we need to earn more. That's the only way you can beat inflation, is by earning more. Okay, and one of the ways you can earn more is your usage of AI. So here is what we'll do. Okay, so for those that will indicate interest, I'm not taking in so many people. Okay, I have to plead with the management team. I'm not taking so many people. We just need only 5 persons today. Only 5 persons today, okay, that will commit. So you don't need to pay the full 150,000 naira, okay? You can just pay an installment. Pay an installment this evening, this particular evening. Or if you want to pay the full 120,000 naira once, you can also do that. All right? And I want you to remember the amount of incentives that you would get. by joining us. So this is just a reminder that these are some of the incentives that you would get by joining us. Okay? And if you are indicating interest, I want you to just put it in the chat box very quickly, okay, that you are interested in what we have to offer. All right? Just put in the chat box that you are interested in what we have to offer. Okay? Or you can DM this number immediately. Okay, you can DM this number immediately. This 08141645067. Okay, you can DM this number immediately to indicate interest. Okay, so like I said earlier, we should not let this opportunity slip. Okay, we should not let this opportunity slip. So if there are any questions, I'll be taking them in the chat box. Okay, if there are any questions, I'll be taking them in the chat box. So anybody that is interested should just send a DM to this particular number or put "I am interested" in the chat box. Okay, I am interested in the chat box or DM this number. So guys, this is where I will take questions. So if you have any question for me, please ask me in the chat box and I'll respond immediately. Okay, so I'm taking the questions now. So if there are any questions for me, please ask and I'll be taking them immediately. Okay, so I'll leave the floor open to us now so that we can ask our questions. Okay, somebody has sent me a DM already. Okay, somebody has indicated interest. So I just need only 4 more persons. Okay, only 4 more persons. And anybody that pays this evening now is going to get an immediate access to our mentorship program. Okay, good. What is BPMN? Great. So BPMN means Business Process Modeling and Notation. Okay. BPMN means Business Process Modeling and Notation. So it is the universal standard for process mapping. So we have different types of process mapping. You have your basic flow chart, you have your swim lane diagrams, and you have BPMN. They can all be used to convey the same message. But there is one that is universally accepted in business analysis space. So that's BPMN. It stands for Business Process Modeling and Notation. That's what BPMN means. All right. Then your second question. Okay, I have 2 persons that have indicated interest now. What other tools you use here, and are they free and paid version? Excellent. So other tools, you have Draw.io. Okay, this is Draw.io. You can also use it to map your business process. You have Microsoft Visio. Microsoft Visio is also used to map business process. Okay, so but for the free ones, you have Draw.io and Lucidchart AI. For Microsoft Visio, you need to subscribe. Okay, you need to subscribe. And that's why we use Draw.io today and Lucidchart AI. But for other ones, you need to subscribe. Okay, so does that answer your question? So I already had 2 people in my DMs that have indicated interest. So others, I just need 3 more persons, just 3 more persons, 3 more persons. Okay, so Adebowale, have I been able to answer your question? Adebowale, have I been able to answer your question? Have I been able to answer your question? Adebowale. Okay, great. So, guys, okay, no, let me show it to you again. So the total amount is 150,000. Okay, but you don't have to pay it all at once. You don't have to pay it all at once. You can secure your spots today with just 50,000 naira. Okay, you just secure your spots today with just what, 50,000 naira. But if you want to still talk extensively, you can send me a DM. Right? You can send me a DM. Okay, you can send me a DM. So that's just it. You can send me a DM. But this is the total amount. But if you want to pay everything at once, that you don't want to use installments, you can pay 120,000 now. And you would have immediate access to our mentorship session, immediate. Once you secure your spot this particular night, before your class starts by 9th of May, you will have an immediate access to our mentorship program. And if you look at all of these stories here, what's the common theme? Okay, there's a common theme here. They joined all mentorship sessions. Okay, they joined all mentorship sessions. That was what Bukola did. That was what Pavel did. They joined all mentorship sessions. Right, that was what they all did, and they landed their job. So if you commit and pledge tonight, you will get immediate access to our mentorship program. Okay, immediate access to mentorship program. So that includes your LinkedIn, your CV optimization, your application to jobs, how to conduct yourself during interviews, and all of those things. Okay, so I already have 3 persons now in my DM, 3 persons. So I just need only 2 more. Okay, so the classes are on Saturdays. Okay, they are on Saturdays and Sundays before. Okay, Saturdays and Sundays before, but now it's just Saturdays from the hours of 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So in classes, you carry out real-world case studies. This is it here. Okay, for 3 hours on Saturdays. Then during the week, you have mentorship for 1 hour, and you have TSS for 1 hour on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, so I already have 3 persons, just 2 more. I'm not taking a lot of people this night, just 2 more persons. So just 2 more persons, and we'll call it a day. Just 2 more persons. So is there any more question for me? For No has asked a question. Adebawan has asked a question. Any other person? Any other person? Okay, so I have 3 persons already. So I see somebody else is typing. Somebody else is typing. So I don't know if that will be the 4th person. Let me see. Okay. So you can see that my colleague has posted the next steps in the chat box. Okay. He posted the next steps in the chat box. So even if you are interested, for example, and maybe for some reason or another, you don't currently have the funds, okay, you can just text me and I would see how I can help you secure a spot. Okay, you can just text me and I'll see how I can help you with. Okay, I'm interested, by the time you mentioned for the classes, I'm always in church. Okay, so no, you mean that on Saturdays from 10 to 1, you're always in church? Is that what you're saying? From 10 a.m. to, okay. Okay. So, but there are also pre-recorded videos that you would have going forward. So one of the incentives that would also bring in the next cohorts come May is that you have a learning management system whereby you don't even have to be in class, okay, to see what you are going to do for the entire week. So for example, any particular activity you're taking in Saturday, you already have it in your LMS. Okay, an LMS is like a learning platform that contains your entire course, curriculums, videos, and case studies. So that's something we are also doing come May. All right, so we're having an LMS, a full-fledged LMS that students can self-pace their learning on. So in a bit that, oh, you miss class, you won't be around for class, you have your LMS to walk you through end to end. Right, that's also something that we have in store. Okay, coming. So I understand that no one has to be in church, but that's something that you can potentially explore. No, what do you think about that? What do you think about that? So are you busy on only on Saturdays only or Saturdays and Sundays? And if that's the case, then you have during the week as well to also learn. Okay, you have during the week as well to also learn. Okay, so I think I have 4 names now. So just one more to go. I have 4 names now, just one more to go. Then I will wrap it up. Okay, like I said, we don't need so many people in class. We need a small number so that we can fully concentrate on their learnings and ensure, okay, so if it's only Saturday, then there is no problem. No, we can circumvent it. Okay, we can circumvent it. If it's only Saturday, then there's absolutely no problem because classes are also on Saturdays and also on Sundays, as we have here. Okay, and we also have a learning management system readily available for you where you can self-pace your own learning. You learn at your own pace without any issues. Okay, so I have 4 names here. So no, you can send me a DM now. We can have a chat right after the call. Okay, we can have a chat. All right, so you can just send me a DM now. We can have a chat right after the call. So guys, I already have 4 names. I'll just take one more name, then I will call it a day. Just one more name, one more name. Okay, just one more name, and I'll call it a day. Okay, so I already have 4 DMs now on my WhatsApp. So it's just one more, then I'm wrapping it up. So who wants to claim that lucky spot? Who wants to be the 5th person to claim that lucky spot? Okay, who wants to be the 5th person? Okay, I can see someone typing. Is that going to be the lucky person? I'm seeing it on my other screen here. Somebody is typing, and a new number is typing. So I think that might be the 5th person. Let me just wait it out for a minute. Okay, so I think I already have 5 people. I think I already have 5 people, but I'm feeling good. I can take 2 more. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I can take 2 more persons. 2 more persons. 2 more persons. I'm feeling good. I can take 2 more persons. So guys, don't forget to fill the attendance sheet so that you can get access to the materials and the case study for today. Okay, please do not forget to fill the attendance sheet. Okay, yes, Olua Emmanuel. Yes, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, yes, go ahead. Emmanuel, please go ahead. Emmanuel, you can go ahead. You raise your hand. I don't know if that was a mistake. Okay, so is there any other question for me? Is there any other question for me? Any question? Sure, sure, sure. You can. Absolutely, you can. But you need to fill the attendance sheet first. You need to fill the attendance sheet first. so that we can know that you joined so that we'll send it across to you. You can, absolutely, you can. Okay. And maybe when you've gone through it and you need further clarity, more conversation, you can just take a screenshot of this particular page and send me a DM, send me a text, and we'll close out on other matters. So, like I said, I already have my 5%. How do you fill the attendance form? So, your attendance form is already in the chat box, already in the chat box. Okay, it's already in the chat box. You can look at this. My colleague can resend it again here, the attendance form. Okay, you can resend it once again so that you see it. Please kindly help me resend the attendance form to the chat so that Emmanuel can fill it. So you can get access to the recording tomorrow. Okay, so any other question before I call it a day? So Emmanuel, that's been sent already. Just check it out. That's been sent already. Okay, that's been sent already. All right, so any other question before I call it a day and close up on the session? Any other question? Any other question? Any other question? Okay. So in the absence of none, I guess we can call it a day here. In the absence of none, we can call it a day here. But if you still want to have further conversation, you can take this as a screenshot. Okay. I'll leave this up for another 10 minutes. In case you want to have a question with me, all right, just send a text to this number, or you need further clarity on anything, just send a text to this number and I would be happy and eager to respond to you immediately. Okay. So I'll just leave this up for another 5 minutes to 10 minutes. For those that want to fill their balance sheet, I just resent it again. So please kindly fill it up.
Tell the children to or you will be with you. They have to, we should be allowed to make their head tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Tomorrow is Saturday. Okay, fine. You two make it tomorrow. Yeah, you go off and I make it when I'm fine. Yeah?